What's actually driving the price up there?
Well, what's driving the price up is going to drive gamers away from the business, because AMD had a whole discussion surrounding their earnings and their upcoming anticipation of what's going to happen for the rest of the year, and essentially boils down to, gamers, so sorry, we're going to not prioritize you at all, and you're too poor to afford our stuff. So they expect a 20% decline in gaming revenue, which includes both their Ryzen CPUs as well as their Radeon GPUs. Even though they saw an increase in the first quarter, they're anticipating that the latter half of the year, yins are just going to be too broke to afford everything.
You know?
They still expect it to grow year over year, but it's going to be down towards the latter half. However, that doesn't matter for them at all and is not going to affect their bottom line, because there is more discussion of how they don't think that there's any problem with what they're doing. They're going to sell tons of CPUs, even if GPUs are used for AI. Guess what? Servers need CPUs too, and that means they're going to sell a whole bunch of those. So it's additive to the GPU accelerators. Their CPUs are absolutely necessary, and it means that they're gonna look to get $120 billion for server CPUs. So they're expecting that their server CPU sales should double this year.
That is crazy.
And gamers, you get nothing. You get the scraps, and it's because you can't afford to pay them what they actually want for these chips, and they're just gonna move the priority over to the things that are gonna earn them. I mean, listen, if it was me and I had the choice between earning $120 billion or like $3 billion, I'm not selling to you gamers. It's just good business. But unfortunately, it means that like the people that helps to keep these companies alive and gave them their roots and their foundations and like actually put them in place to do these things are just gonna get tossed to the wayside like you're useless trash because your wallet doesn't open big enough.
It stings a little bit, like at the same time, you can also understand what's happening on the business side.
But they're going to come crawling as soon as this whole thing explodes and collapses and then be like, oh, we didn't mean it. Come back to us, gamers. We need your billions now because the AI market is now oversaturated. And we found out that you can't scale LLMs with compute as much as we thought. And actually, it's a fundamental architecture issue of how LLMs work, and that we ran out of data, we ran out of compute, and none of it's growing any better. How long have you been muted? I did just tap it, so I hope I just muted you. If not, whoops, Reese has been muted this whole time.
Little brother treat me.